Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to work through the 5 S-ranked trials. So let's begin with the first one. So, S trial number 1. And the time law is mobility plus 2 and immune to mobility reduction effects. Very interesting. A plus 2 mobility law. This seems to be new. I don't think this existed in the past. Does that mean if I use Elwin, he has 2 extra mobility to get into range of attacking, let's say, this Lancer? Probably, but he's still outside of the range of attack, although he could attack this one. So why don't I do that? Okay. Why don't I bring Cherry then? And Ledin. And once again, Tiaris. Let's give this a shot. You know. It's worth a try. Let's see how this plays out, shall we? So... yeah, this looks good. So let's begin. So yeah, Elwin can just rush all the way up and attack. So let's start things off with Ledin using Divine Guard, right? Or sorry, using Faction Buff. Go. And then Elwin can move over and smash down the Lava Titan. Let's have Liana again Ledin. And I'm going to have Ledin activate Divine Guard. Let's move Tiaris up then. There's no cavalry, so I don't have to worry about putting a Sage's Hat on Ledin. And I'm just going to move up and apply Attack Blessing on Cherie so that she can attack. So let's send her rushing forward to one-shot the Archer General. She gets a second action. Why don't I take down the Catapult? Ledin tank a hit or 2 or 3. He's doing pretty well. So 3 hits actually, which I guess shows the importance of having an upgraded Tiaris, because I was not getting healing every single turn there just now. Anyways, let's move up and prayer up. Heal up everybody. Let's have Elwin finish off this Lancer. And Tiaris will move up and miracle up Cherie, bringing her to full health, and she can just finish the fight with another lightning strike. That worked out much better for Cherie than for Leon, because Leon does not move well in forest tiles. If you have Ultimuller, right, a flying Ultimuller, then Leon would work fine. It's just, yeah. I feel like I'm being pressured to upgrade Ultimuller with double class mastery. I really do feel that pressure, right? Because right now he's not that usable. But if he was in his Dragon Master class, so that he's a flyer, he would be much more, he would have a lot more utility, right? I could actually bring him to a lot of these fights that I currently cannot. So I think, yeah, I think the game is telling me it is time to put the runestones into Ultimuller, you know? I've been holding off for a very long time, but I think it's reached that point where I have no choice but to do so. So we'll see. I just need to gather up guild medals. That's really the limitation right now, because it's not just having those 2 runestones, which I currently already have. It's having enough guild medals so that as soon as you change classes on your character, they can get their full mastery. Because there's no point in having a Dragon Knight that's at like what, 1 mastery or whatever. So that's why I've been holding off on this upgrade. But you know what? Let's start making the change. I'll start the transition now. Well, actually, let's do that in next week's Nitro setup video. You know what? We'll leave it as that. There's not that much of a rush, and I can start on Monday for that. So there's a few more days left. Alright, so let's continue the timeless trials then. The first one has been cleared. S trial number 2. Damage dealt by AoE skills increased by 100%. Other damages reduced by 50%. Oh, as a side note, the alternative to leveling up double class mastery on Ulti Muller, of course, is to double class mastery Shuri. Then I would be using the Shuri Tieris combo, right? Along with Ledin. The drawback of that is that my Tieris is only 4 stars, so she only has a 60% chance to recover hit points. It's not... This combo really needs you to have a 6-star Shuri and a 6-star Tieris, which I don't have either. So it's not a good combo for me. In any case, let's get into this fight. And once again, because of the lack of Ulti Muller, this fight is not good for me. Can't really move in the swamp. So why don't I stick with my current party? Elwyn as DPS. Ledin to tank. Right? I'll bring Shuri, Tieris as a replacement to Sophia. Although I could bring Sophia too. You know what? Let's bring Sophia. And then I'll bring Tieris instead of Liana maybe. That would be the change. So yeah, let's do this party. The Legion of Glory setup, as opposed to my standard Leon setup. So I want to draw that attack. Right, I want it to kill itself. So why don't I place Shuri right there? Let's just put Ledin here and have him Divine Guard, right? But before I do that, why don't I heal him up? So that he gets the plus defense. There we go. And then I'll Divine Guard here. And then Tieris will provide the Sage's Hat buff. So there we go. Elwyn won't do anything. Tieris will just not do anything either. She'll just end her turn. Good enough. Still waiting for them to get closer, so let's have Ledin take another hit, like so. And this time I'm going to just regenerate Ledin to start. I don't particularly want to tank the infantry hit. I could though. That is an option. You know what? Why not? Let's do it. That is... Actually, it's totally optional. Like, I could just as easily have Elwyn kill off the infantry next turn, so let's not. So let's just heal up Ledin. There we are, ready for the next phase of combat. So now, kill them all, right? Let's start with Elwyn using Sword Soul to crush this infantry. And then I guess I'm going to have to rewind. So let's see. Let's have attack blessing applied on Shuri. And then rewind. Letting can Divine Guard. And now Shuri kills off 2 archers. Oh crap! So there's the limitation on my Shuri. Just without the double class mastery, she can't even one-shot these guys already. So she's probably going to die as a result of this. Uh-oh. We'll see. I think she's dead though. Might live actually. Nope, dead. So there you go. Without enough damage output on Shuri, you run into problems like that. So, double class mastery, very important. Showing its importance once again. No big deal though. I can afford to lose a unit. That's actually why I ran this party in the first place. As long as I keep healing up letting the tank hits, there is no problem. Although I will miracle up this time. There we go. So Letting will have to keep tanking this catapult attack that should have been dead already. But it is what it is, you know? Alright. So I'm going to have to phase out Shuri from a battle team at this point. Because without the double class mastery, she just does not do enough damage. And without Ragnarok, she doesn't do enough damage to kill off targets in one hit. Alright, so let's send Ledin forward to attack the Holy General. Let's have Tieris attack Blessing, let Elwyn, because Elwyn was not doing enough damage to one-shot things from what I saw. The attack Blessing, he should be able to one-shot the catapult. Yep, down it goes. And then there's nothing to heal, so whatever. So all that's left is just one Holy General. Alright, and we'll just get rid of it and be done with this fight. So it ended up being slower because, you know, my Shuri can't kill things, but it is what it is. Alright, give me one moment, I will be right back. There we go, sorry, had to close the door to my room. Alright, let's continue the fight. So, third battle, S-Trial number 3, Time Law. When you attack a target with higher hit points than yours, damage will decrease by 80%. Okay, straightforward enough. Let's begin. Lots of cavalry again, 3 ranged attackers, and Griffin Knight. So unfortunately, as I said, Shuri can no longer one-shot targets for me, so I'm going to have to bring Leon, which is fine. So why don't I bring Ledin, Leon, right, Liana, so that I can kill off 2 targets twice, and then the last character, Bozo. Could also have been Elwyn, but Bozo. There we go. There's my party. Let's begin. Could also be Tieris for the healing. So But yeah, I'm going to let them charge in first. So this Elf General is going to move 3, then aim 2 more, so he can actually attack all the way to here. So I'm just going to set up outside of that range to start. Ooh, forgot to check Bozel's skills. And he doesn't have Earthquake or Seal, which is awkward. That's fine. So Leon can really only just kill this archer. Let's see. Yeah, I have no way to attack any of the other guys behind him. So back off would be the answer, right? If I can't attack anything, why would I move up? So Divine Guard. Yeah, just end up one's turn at this point. Unfortunate about Bozel's skills, because I changed them for the ultimate trial, the A+ ultimate trial, but I didn't change them back. Oh well, not the end of the world. Well, due to the lack of hit points on Ledin, he did not kill off that target just now. So there you go. But not the problem. Let's have Leon kill off this cavalry general to start. Let's actually have Ledin melee attack and finish off this Hellhound. Now, Liana will use a gain. Bozel cannot attack anything. So let's rewind, shall we? So that Leon can get rid of the assassin, Miss Dancer. And then Bozel did absolutely nothing. He just watched this whole battle. But it does show that once you have your tank fully leveled up and your melee DPS fully leveled up, you can clear almost all of these fights with just 4 characters. Or at least most of them. There we go. We're done. Just Leon moves over, uses Assault, and finishes off the last Necromancer. And moving on. S Trial 4. Lancer attack and defense increased by 20%. Attack. The enemy only has 1 Lancer. Okay. Lot of ranged enemies here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a cuttlefish. Why don't I throw in Elwyn just for the heck of it? Well, no, because there's so many ranged enemies that Elwyn is a debatable choice, to be fair. whatever. It's okay. The biggest debate about using Elwyn is honestly his inability to get into range properly, right? If he can get into range, he's great. If he can't get into range, you have trouble. But this should be fine. Alright, let's begin. Let's turn on the danger zone. So I actually want Elwyn to be pulled away by this cuttlefish. Funny how that works out, isn't it? So let's place him over there for now. This first turn is just set up. I'm not expecting anything to be able to attack. Oh, wait. Yeah. That's fine. Could even hold off on the regenerate. There's no point in doing it on this first turn. So those archers are actually really far from this battlefield, which means they naturally split up for me to kill. No complaints there. Alright, let's have Leon. Chivalry, attack and retreat. Oh wow! Surprise! Could not one-shot the enemy! It's because my Leon has lost attack, incidentally. I'll go over why very shortly. That was actually my fault. Okay, I want to tank this hit then. So why don't I... Might as well. I gain Leon. Do a second attack on the Leviathan and back off yet again. Let's have Ledin, Divine Guard, right here. I can choose to rewind at this point, but there's no point. I'm just going to regenerate. I still want this cuttlefish to get closer to me. So let's just move back. Let in his counterattack. Will kill off this undead knight. And now let's have Elwyn use a frontal assault on this Lancer General. And I'm expecting him to be pulled into the water by the cuttlefish, so they will have a one-on-one fight. Let's back off the rest of my party. If he moves up 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. I could actually offer Sophia as a cuttlefish bait. Why don't I do that? I think that's the smarter option. Rather than fighting in the water, have him come up onto land. And let's just stay here. Heal up, Ledin. Good enough. Just 3 archers to go. So this fight's nearly over. Well, archers and mages, I should say. Alright. Elwyn, let's have him use Sword Soul. Sophia moves back and heals herself. Leon, just do a regular attack. And just those remaining enemies at this point. So Leon, Chivalry, Assault, make sure I'm within 5 distance of this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so back off 1 tile. Liana, again Leon. Sophia, rewind. After all this time, finally rewinding. These are totally unnecessary movements, but I'll just do them. Rewind. And Leon. Second attack to kill off the Archer General, leaving only the mage. I'll just place Leon there. And with this, it's over. Deactivate Chivalry, and Assault, and done. So, now we're on the S Ultimate Trial. Magic damage decreased by 50%, so no bringing Lana and Bozel. Pretty straightforward, isn't it? Let's start the trial. As always, I'm going to assume that the enemy doesn't move, and yeah, they're not going to move. I remember this setup. It's the annoying one, where it's kind of hard to chain hook them to you. Not impossible though, just annoying. Where is Lester? There he is. So I won't need Ledin. I want Leon, Sophia, Lester. Who should be my last character then? I don't think it even matters. In all honesty, I don't think the last character matters at all. Just for, I mean, I'll bring Bozel for Earthquake, but truly does not matter. The only reason I'm bringing Earthquake is because it reduces the enemy defense, but if I hit the Earthquake, it's gonna hit them all, which triggers them all. So let's actually not do that. You know what? Why don't I bring Matthew for attack command? So there we go. He'll buff up Leon's damage by a tiny bit. And I'm going to remove Regenerate for Strengthen for the very same reason. So there we go. Weird party setup. So first things first, move everybody up. Let's see. So Lester, chain hook, right? I move 1, 2, 3, 4. I can only move back one tile if I do that. Is that one tile enough to get out of range? I think so. Let's see if it is. So we'll see if the enemies are triggered. I don't think they are. And then Chivalry up. Let's do the first attack. And again Leon for a second attack. Retreat. One, two, three, four. Whatever. This place in here. So clocks did not activate on Lester. I noticed that. So rewind time. Now this will be interesting, whether I can kill off Bozel in 2 strikes. We'll see. Chivalry. Once again, Assault. retreat.
よし
Liana,
ご命令を
again.
人思考そして
準備完了です
Attack. Retreat.
よし
行くぞ
So Matthew has been a very active participant, watching the battle
分かった
carefully.
はい
If you're not in a rush, you can by all means wait a few turns, right? Until you have access to a game and,
はい
you know what, let's wait. Whatever. It's only turn 4.
了解
So I'm waiting 2 turns for Chivalry
ご命令
and
を
Liana's again before I pull Bernhard.
了解おう
Let's place Lester as close as
Iksa.
possible. Right. He's going to get pulled to here.
行くぞ
So I guess Matthew will be ready to provide her his attack command buff. And that's pretty much it.
準備完了ですおう
行くぞ
よし分かった
So next turn, Leon attacks once more.
了解
Lester,
分かったオーレ
Chain hook.
レッツパー
Lester retreats.
リー準備完了です
Let's move
行くぞ
Matthew into
準備完了です
行くぞ
attack command range
準備完了です
and have Leon over here. Chivalry
決着をつけよう準備完了で
and
す
assault. And that let me one-shot him. Great.
はいはい
So let's wait till next turn before I
これは
attack the
あ
next
ま
one.
り使いたく
which
ない
will
です
be
よね
Lana?
はい
了解
So here we go. Attacking Lana with the first strike. That was enough to even one-shot her,
よし分かった
even without assault or anything. So I'm just going to again Leon and get him out.
思考そして
準備完了ですよし分かった
行くぞ行く
So
ぞ
I guess, yeah. Just one enemy left now. So the best character to bring, rather than Matthew, might just be
了解
a teleporter. So you can teleport Leon out after he attacks.
よし分かった
ご命令を
よし分かった
Rather than Matthew, bring a teleporter. In any case, this is over. Leon, Chivalry,
決着をつ
Assault,
けよう
and done.
準備完了です
But yeah, I'm at the state where I can clear this with 4, very clearly. There we go. 300 Trinity Crystals, not bad. And that's it for the S Trials. So, I actually wanted to mention why I've lost attack value on my Leon, right? And it's actually very simple. It's because instead of the winged shin guards, he currently has an Overlord badge. Overlord badge only gives plus 5% stats, right? And this Overlord badge is enchant, it's only 6% attack. If I go over to my winged shin guards, it actually has plus 10% attack. You can see right here. So this is 10% attack here, 8% attack here, for a total of plus 18% attack. Again, Overlord's badge, there's only 5% attack and 6% attack for a total of 11% attack increase. So I've lost damage. And that loss was what let the Leviathan survive instead of getting one-shotted, for example. Right? 18% as opposed to 11. That's 7% additional damage, and that made all the difference. So you can see, you know, just your enchants really matter. Also, I currently have a carbon fiber armor on him, whereas before I think I had this that gave another 1% attack. So, yeah, it's just I could get additional, just as a quick note, I can get an additional 5% attack if I reroll an enchant on this, but I'm okay with the hit points. You know, it's just one of those things that I already have enough stats, so I'm not too worried. I'm more aiming now for PvP oriented equipment, and in PvP oriented equipment, you don't need to absolute max out your damage, right? It's nice to have, but you don't need the extra 5% here and another 5% attack here. Yes, that's an additional 10% attack, but you're giving up potentially like 15% hit points here, 15% hit points here. It's just not worth it. All right, so that's everything I wanted to say. These are the S trials. Again, not particularly difficult for me anymore. I do think the best party for that S trial is bring a teleporter to get Leon out at the very end. So, thanks for watching, everyone. And on that note, Nitro out.